Hi folks. So I did some more modifications to the splitter. I think officially it's going to be called Frankensplitter with all the modifications I've done on it. I modified the handle yet again with some of the extra, as my barrel full of copper pipe and miscellaneous plumbing parts. So you can see originally the handle starts at the bottom here and stops right about here. So it's right there, which is definitely not comfortable enough for me, because I want to be able to use this splitter from either side. And let me get this stuff cleaned off and I'll show you what I mean with this. Hi folks, it's Mike, and we're back here with Frankensplitter. I call it that because I made so many modifications to it, with the plumbing pipe and stuff. A couple of things I wanted to point out. I carry a couple of 2x10s, 2x12s, a couple of feet long. Since the log splitter needs to be on level ground, otherwise you'll have hydraulic oil spitting out of the breather valve. So this way I can just drive it up and have it level wherever I need it. I got a couple of wheel chocks behind the wheels. So yeah, things I modified the handle again, as I was saying. This way it's comfortable from either side. It just still was not comfortable for me. I split 3 face cords and it was hurting my back and stuff like that just from having to lean over. So this way, if I have the log, the wedge is on that side and the wood is here, I could still hold the wood and be able to push the handle back so the wedge comes over instead of reaching over here, that far over. The wood is on this side and the wedge is here. I could just pull it forward from this side. Now from the other way, as you can see, I extended the handle out further this way and brought it up higher. This way, if I stack wood here, it won't hit the wood pile. So let's say there's the wood here, and I'd have to push the handle back. It's plenty comfortable. Or the handle was over here, and I'd have to reach back about that far. So this way, it's much more comfortable. And if the wood is again on this side, I pull it forward, nice and comfortable, right within reach. So those are another additional modification I had to do to the handle. I also marked on here where 16 inches is from the end of the stop on each side. This way, because some of the wood I cut, might be at the end of the log, or it might be have large branches or knots in it, so it may not be 16 inches. And I'd rather keep that in my pile to burn instead of, if I go to sell it, I want it to be try to be as close to 16 inches as possible. So I put markings on here so I could just tell, from the end stops where 16 inches in is. And that's it. Oh, the other thing I did, like I said, I split 3 face cords and used up 1 gallon of gasoline, a full tank. And that was it. So I think it's pretty efficient. 1 gallon for basically a full quart of splitting. And the throttle I had at 2/3, 3/4, about 85% of the time. The other 15% I had it at full throttle for going through pieces that were, have crotches in it that were really tough. And I tell you what, the splitter has the power to do it. Haven't had a problem with it getting stuck yet. Okay, thanks folks. Hopefully this helps somebody, gives you some ideas. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, I'll just show you the wood pile. I've got about 12, 13 of these wood piles around the property right now. All logs. And what I'm going to do is, instead of bringing the logs to the splitter, it's just so much easier for me to tow the splitter to the logs and leave it there for, I don't know, till the pile's gone, until I have everything split up. So that's the plan. And yeah, I'm using these bags for the wood I might potentially sell, but the bags aren't cheap. They're like $18 each. So I don't know, maybe I'll just continue making a bunch of these pallets. You know, there's a pallet on the bottom, a pallet up on each side, and I had some wiring in the shed and wiring in the back. You know, and the top has a brace of wood going across. And maybe I'll just make a bunch of those and use that instead of these bags at $18 each. Also, the bags, I find it kind of tough to keep them upright. It seems like you hit a bump and the next thing you know, they start leaning over and about ready to collapse. So I bought 6 to try it, and frankly, IBC totes would probably be better, but they're just too expensive to get. So, I don't know. I'll see which way I'm going to go. But in any case, I'm going to pick up as many pallets as I can because they're free. So wherever I see them, I'm going to pick them up and just keep using those as well. At least for my stack of wood. The reason why I really wanted to use the bags was if I do decide to sell the wood, I didn't want to have to unload it by hand. This, I could just pick up the loops on the bottom, dump it right into the dump trailer. If I use the pallets, I'll probably have to unload it by hand. But maybe not. I don't know, I'll have to try it someday. And see if I could just put ratchet straps. You know, put it on the pallet forks and then put a ratchet strap around the bottom and then tip it forward to see if I can get all the wood out without having to unload it, without having to break apart hopefully this whole pallet container hopefully won't break apart doing that either. But I'll have to try it. So that's the scoop. Thanks for watching. Bye.